Alright, in today's video, I'm gonna show you my response to a mock test of IELTS writing task 2. Hi, my name is Suguru and I have gotten 8.5 in IELTS writing. Are you ready? Now let's get started. So you are looking at the first body paragraph of my response. In this video, we are not going to look at the introduction and conclusion paragraphs, just the body paragraphs. And I want you to understand that I wrote this in 40 minutes, so there might be some mistakes. Okay, let's go. One possible explanation for the ever-decreasing birth rates in relatively affluent nations is the diversification of lifestyles for young people. During the medieval times, for example, women in many societies were not allowed to receive education or work outside their home. For those women, probably the only way to contribute to society was to have babies. In olden Japan, for example, women who gave birth to many children, especially boys, because they could be recruited for military service, were highly evaluated. But in contemporary Japan, women and men equally enjoy various ways of living, such as going back to college at age 30 or being mainly dedicated to their jobs after getting married. So there's a little pressure from society to procreate. There are no spelling mistakes in this paragraph, that's fine. Let's move on to the second body paragraph. Financial concern may also explain the lower and lower numbers of babies being born. A conversation with the younger people in my country, Japan, makes it clear that they are concerned about their financial situations. Many seniors in college find it challenging to secure employment by the time they graduate, and even if they do land a job, they hardly receive a raise on account of the severe economic situation their employer is in. It is not uncommon for 30-year-old workers to receive the same amount of pay that they did when they were 23. With such limited incomes, an increasing number of people in their 20s and 30s decide not to have babies, even if they get married. Again, there are no spelling mistakes in this paragraph either, that's excellent. Okay, let's move on to the final body paragraph. On the question of whether societies will ever see their birth rates go up again, I am skeptical. It is because, in my country, no governmental attempt to raise birth rates has borne fruit. Not only has the government provided subsidies for every couple with children several times over the last decade, but they have also encouraged employers to allow young fathers to have paternal leave while their children are small. Despite those efforts, Japan has not seen an uptick in the number of newborn babies. It seems that raising children is not an option for many young people, and therefore I feel it would be extremely difficult to create a society once again where giving birth is the most important course of action in life. So there's one spelling mistake here, extremely, I don't know why I put the P, sorry about that. Now let's review some of the vocabulary that I used in my essay so that you can use it in your essay. First, this is from the first body paragraph. Procreate. Procreate. To procreate means to have babies. Procreate. Land a job. Land a job. To land a job means to get a job. Land a job. Skeptical. Skeptical. If you are skeptical about something, it means you are not sure about it or you doubt if it's gonna really happen. Skeptical. Uptick. Uptick. An uptick is a small increase in something. Uptick. Alright, now we will go over one of these 4 scoring components. Today I want to focus on coherence and cohesion. Coherence means how you develop your essay, and cohesion means how you connect sentences and how you connect paragraphs. Do you remember the questions? We had 2 questions for this task today. Why is the birth rate getting lower and lower in many countries? And do you think it will increase once again? Let's look at how I started the first body paragraph. At the very beginning of my first body paragraph, I said, one possible explanation is blah blah blah. One possible explanation is blah blah blah. This sentence indicates that I have answered the first question. Why is the birth rate decreasing? One common mistake that many test takers make is that they forget to answer the question at the beginning of a body paragraph. You should answer the question first and foremost in each body paragraph, and afterward, you develop your argument. Also, I want you to see that I use this word, one explanation. One sounds like I'm gonna talk about another explanation later in this essay. Did I? Let's look at my second body paragraph. Yes, at the start of my second body paragraph, I said, financial concern may also explain. Also, this word indicates that I'm giving a second reason for the low birth rate. In other words, there is a clear connection between the first body paragraph and the second body paragraph. This is something I want you to imitate in your next writing test. Finally, the third body paragraph. Before anything, I said, on the question of whether societies will ever see their birth rates go up again. This sentence indicates that I'm answering the other question, will the birth rate increase again? See, what I did in this entire essay is that I clearly answered the question at the beginning of each body paragraph, and afterward, I provided the reason and example for my opinion. Not only that, there is a connection between paragraphs when there is a need for one. This entire flow of my essay is very important to get a high score for coherence and cohesion. In total, this writing contains 366 words, and this does not include the intro and concluding paragraphs, so that is a good amount. Alright, I hope you found this video useful. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and most importantly, let me wish you good luck on your test.